Devin Lucas with Lucas Real Estate here to talk to you about one of our favorite topics, which is the annual lifetime exclusion and gift tax exclusions. It's also basically the amount at which any sort of inheritance tax is going to be due. We've got two different numbers that have both been adjusted for 2025. So let's talk about them briefly, and please read our article or reach out for additional information. The big one, the lifetime exclusion, $13.99 million is what it's been raised to in 2025. That's the biggest it's ever been by far. It's steadily creeped up over the last couple years, and it's going to go down in 2026 unless the law gets changed. So what does that mean? Well, for most people, as long as your total estate is under $13.99 million, your heirs are going to have zero estate taxes due. So if you leave that $5 million Newport Beach house and a $5 million stock portfolio for a total of a $10 million estate, absolutely nothing whatsoever due on that. Now, it is easy to imagine in our markets, and we do have plenty of clients that exceed those amounts. You could have a $20 million house and a $20 million portfolio, and now you're going to have some potential significant tax concerns. So if you're at that level, you should be talking to estate planning attorneys immediately to try to figure out what you can do to try to minimize that. But for the most simplistic purposes, if you pass away and you've got a house and maybe some other assets, maybe even a rental property or two, these limits are sufficient enough that most people do not have to worry about estate taxes. Now let's talk about that other number, the 19,000, because this often gets confused. So that's just basically a reporting threshold. So in other words, this year for 2025, if you give someone under $19,000, the government doesn't even want to know about it. So you can give your son that $15,000 check to help with his rent or help him buy a new car. You don't have to report it whatsoever. But if you give the son, say, a $100,000 check to help him with a new home down payment, well, that is something that then needs to be reported. However, that $100,000 is well below the $13.99, so there's going to be no taxes due on it, but it is something you need to report. So we've got the reporting threshold of $19,000, and then we've got the actual taxation threshold of $13.99 million. These are individual numbers, so they can be doubled for a married couple. Please reach out today for additional information.